Deep in the heart of the Amazon, as twilight paints the sky and the jungle orchestra begins its nightly symphony, a shadow detaches itself from the canopy. It is a silent hunter, a creature of the night, driven by an ancient thirst. It doesn't hunt for flesh, it hunts for something far more precious. It hunts for blood. This is the story of the Amazon's most misunderstood creature, the vampire of the jungle. The creature in question is the common vampire bat, Desmodus rotundus *. Though small, weighing no more than a couple of ounces, and with a wingspan of about 7 inches, its reputation precedes it, casting a long and fearsome shadow in folklore and human imagination. When you picture this bat, you might envision a monstrous creature of the night, but the reality is far more subtle and fascinating. Its fur is a muted shade of brown or gray, its face somewhat flattened with a distinctive leaf-shaped nose. But it's the teeth that command attention. It is an instrument of stealth, not brute force. As darkness fully blankets the rainforest, the vampire bat emerges from its roost, often a dark cave, a hollow tree, or even an abandoned building. It doesn't fly aimlessly. It is on a mission. Its flight is surprisingly agile, more so than many other bat species. It can take off from a complete standstill on the ground, a rare skill among bats, and can even run and hop with remarkable speed, using its powerful thumb claws like front feet. This agility is crucial for its unique hunting strategy. It doesn't swoop down from the sky to attack. Instead, it often lands silently near its unsuspecting prey and approaches on foot, a ghost in the undergrowth. This combination of silent flight and terrestrial agility makes it an exceptionally effective nocturnal predator, perfectly adapted to its role as a sanguivore, an animal that feeds on blood. Once a potential host is located, the true spectacle of the vampire bat's adaptation begins. They are equipped with a remarkable biological toolkit. Using specialized thermoreceptors in their leaf-shaped nose, they can detect infrared radiation, essentially seeing the heat signature of warm blood flowing just beneath the skin of their target. This allows them to pinpoint the ideal location for a bite, a spot rich with capillaries, like the ankle of a sleeping tapir or the neck of a dozing capybara. They primarily target livestock like cattle and horses, as well as large wild mammals. Once the target is chosen, the bat approaches with incredible stealth. It doesn't bite in the aggressive, tearing way a carnivorous predator would. Instead, it uses its razor-sharp incisors to make a tiny, painless incision, often less than 1/4 of an inch wide. The sleeping animal rarely ever feels a thing. The bat's saliva contains a complex cocktail of chemicals, a marvel of natural pharmacology. Most importantly, it contains an anticoagulant called draculant, which prevents the blood from clotting and ensures a steady flow. The saliva also contains a local anesthetic, numbing the area so the host remains undisturbed. The bat then laps up the flowing blood with its grooved tongue, not sucking it as the vampire name might suggest. It's a delicate, methodical process. A single bat will only consume about a tablespoon of blood per feeding, a seemingly small amount that is nonetheless vital for its survival. After feeding for about 20 to 30 minutes, the now heavier bat must take off again, a feat made possible by its powerful leg and wing muscles, and return to its roost before the break of dawn. The image of a bat feeding on blood has, for centuries, been a powerful source of fear and myth. Legends and folklore throughout Central and South America, and later amplified by Gothic horror novels from Europe, paint the vampire bat as a malevolent demon of the night, a creature that preys on sleeping humans, draining them of their life force. Stories abound of villagers, waking up weak and pale, with 2 small puncture marks on their neck, the telltale sign of a vampire's visit. While vampire bats have been known to bite humans, such instances are exceedingly rare. A human is not their preferred meal. These events typically only occur in areas where their natural prey has become scarce due to deforestation, or when human settlements encroach deep into their territory, leaving the bats in a desperate search for a food source. The fear, therefore, is far greater than the actual threat. The reality is that you are vastly more likely to be bitten by a mosquito than a vampire bat. The true danger they pose is not blood loss, but the potential transmission of diseases like rabies, which, while a serious concern for the livestock industry, is not the sinister supernatural curse of legend. Despite their terrifying reputation, vampire bats play a subtle but significant role in the intricate web of the Amazonian ecosystem. They are not mindless killers but highly social and intelligent animals. Inside their dark, communal roosts, they exhibit complex social behaviors. One of the most remarkable is a form of reciprocal altruism, blood sharing. A bat that fails to find a meal for 2 consecutive nights is at risk of starving to death. In these situations, a well-fed roostmate will regurgitate a portion of its own blood meal to share with its hungry companion. This behavior is not random. Bats are more likely to share with individuals who have previously shared with them or with their close relatives. It is a sophisticated social safety net, a life-saving pact that ensures the survival of the colony. This social cooperation highlights their intelligence and their vital place within the natural order. By primarily feeding on the most abundant large mammals, they can, in some ways, act as a check on these populations. Their existence is a testament to nature's ability to fill every possible niche. Sanguivore is an incredibly specialized feeding strategy, one that has evolved independently only a handful of times in the animal kingdom. The vampire bat is the master of this domain, a perfect product of millions of years of evolution in one of the planet's most competitive environments. They are a living, breathing example of nature's strange and sometimes unsettling creativity, a key player in the grand cyclical drama of life and death in the jungle. Terrifying to some, fascinating to others, but essential to the balance of their world. The vampire bat is a creature of duality, a symbol of fear shrouded in myth, yet a marvel of evolutionary adaptation and social complexity. It is a silent shadow in the night, a skilled surgeon, and a cooperative member of a thriving colony. As the sun rises over the Amazon, these nocturnal hunters retreat into the darkness of their caves, vanishing like a dream, leaving behind only the mysteries of the night. The vampire of the jungle remains one of the Amazon's most profoundly misunderstood and most captivating inhabitants. Would you dare to spend a night in the Amazon, knowing these creatures are flying in the darkness? What do you find more fascinating, the myth or the reality of the vampire bat? Comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more mysteries from the hidden wild.